any tea.
And I got coffee,
yeah,
but
you
that's
did.
because I did have a couple of glasses of wine last night.
A couple of glasses.
Honest to God, yeah.
God, your poor liver.
And it was a Wednesday night
Go on,
in a nice little bar in Villamora, and Teddy Sheringham
Jenny Sheringham. Oh,
Sheringham was in there.
he's a bit lovely, isn't he?
Well, obviously I didn't recognise him, but somebody went, "Oh, it's Teddy Sheringham." So I even had to Google him who he was.
God.
'Cause I know.
You didn't know.
Well, I'd heard of him, and then I went, "Oh yeah, it is." I was going to do my usual thing of just going to go and straight talk to him, but I didn't. I got busy and I was talking to other people, but I would have gone.
Yeah, you should have
Anyway,
said,
that was
"Hello."
me last night. Yeah. Hello, Teddy.
Oh, we did stop for a drink yesterday as well, so I
Did
did have
you?
one. Yeah, one tiny
on.
little vodka. I don't like.
A little vodka.
So today, yes, we're going to talk to you about pink jobs and blue jobs. Now, do you have pink jobs and blue jobs in your house? We definitely do. You have to do both, don't you?
Yes, as I'm on my own, I do pink
Or
jobs
you
and
get a
blue
man
jobs.
in. Or you get
Well, I do, but not very often. So I've been on my own now for 4 years living here in Portugal. I've had to get used to doing blue jobs. And as I'm packing up my property, because I've sold it and I'm moving back to England, as you all know, I've had to do a lot of blue jobs.
Oh, well, no, I do pink jobs. I do all the pink jobs, and Rod does all the blue jobs. And
I love
we're
that.
very, very well. I do all the housework, and
Yeah.
and if I want some, like the other day, what did I say to Rod? Could I please have another spice rack there? I had two,
Oh, yeah,
and I
lovely.
wanted another spice rack, and there was just room. So off we went to IKEA. There was one that I bought a couple before, and he put them on the wall. We nipped in there, got one, and 5 minutes later it was on the wall, full of my little jars of spices. But it's fine.
Yeah, I
It's
have
fine.
missed that. I have to say, I have missed having someone who does those
He
little
does.
things.
He is very good as well.
The downside to being single, isn't it, ladies?
But there's a lot. So this is a disputable pink or blue job. So the bin in the kitchen is quite a big bin, so it's full.
Emptying bins,
So
yeah, bins.
I pull it out of the bin and then I tie it up. Sometimes it's too heavy for me to pull out because I've got rubbish hands. So I get him to pull it up, then I do the tying up. This is how we share. So he can't tie them up. And then maybe I'll
this
put
is
it
a
on the
two-man job,
Then
emptying
I
the bin?
put it on the step of our kitchen, and then he takes it downstairs.
Oh,
and
you
puts
see,
it in the bin.
you see, now this is sounding too much like routine for
Bit,
me.
isn't it? I know.
Yeah, can you not mix it up sometimes? And,
No,
you know.
I did help do some grouting on the floor the other day. I
Oh,
know.
that was a blue
Rod
job.
dug
grouting,
all the. He redid the floor. We've got 3 kitchens. I don't know why we've got 3 kitchens, but we've got 3. We've got this
Greedy.
huge one that we use for entertaining and stuff. So he dug all the old grout out. That's probably been there 100 years. And then he re-grouted it, but it was going off quite quickly. So I was
You had to
helping him.
join in.
I was with my sponges, and we ran out of sponges, so I had to get the ones out of the bathrooms that were shaped like strawberries and pineapples. I know.
Well, as long as you didn't then use them in your bath.
I didn't rinse them out and put them back in the bath. No.
No.
So I'm on the floor like this, on my hands
Scrubbing.
and knees, scrubbing away from my rightful place. Some might say.
She's a little scrubber.
I like to think I'm a soaker, not a scrubber.
A soaker.
Anyway, so so I did help with that. But then we had a bit of a dinner party the other day. I call it a dinner party. It was just an amalgamation of friends being drunk, really.
Lovely.
But it was fun.
Yeah, sounds good.
But then
So you did all the cooking?
all the preparation for that.
Yeah,
Absolutely
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And then
So did
all
Rod
clearing
wash up?
No,
Oh,
no,
no.
no. I wouldn't expect him to do it.
Oh God! You
But
see,
the-
I'm staying single.
same
That would drive
day-
me mad.
I said to him, "Oh, I would like to move all my nice dinner plate." No, I think it was the next day. I said to him, "Can I have? I want to have a bit of a tidy up and a sort out. So can you put me another shelf in that unit?" So he did. It just 5 minutes later, there
got
was
another shelf.
Yeah, I wanted 2 shelves so I could put all my nice dinner service away properly. And I did
Bless
mention,
him.
I know, and then
Bless Rod.
I just mentioned that we've got this lovely canteen of cutlery. Rob bought it for me in an antiques fair because I'm an antique, obviously, in a few years ago. It is absolutely beautiful. It's Victorian. It's from 1886.
Oh, how beautiful!
It's absolutely lovely with all lovely mother of pearl handle things.
Oh, sounds lovely.
It's gorgeous.
What is it again?
It's a a set of cutlery, a big canteen of cutlery.
Oh,
It's
yes.
a huge box.
Yes.
And it's masses of different soup ladles and napkins.
Yeah, oh, that's
places
posh,
set-
isn't it?
It is. It's
Posh,
gorgeous.
posh dinner.
So I
you
used
have.
that the other night, and when I said to him when I was putting it away, I said, I think these need to be electroplated again, or some of them are silver and they need to be cleaned. So there he was, immediately, clean.
Oh, he's
Do anything.
obedient then. So as soon as you ask him to do something,
Oh, I don't have to
He
crack the
does
whip.
that?
Yeah, just about.
Oh.
Yeah, so we did that. He put. we
do you
did
do
that.
the same? So if he asks you, if he says, "Dawn, can you make me a cake?" Do
No,
you do it
what,
straight away?
what he does is we're laying in bed at night. Okay,
Oh, too much
we're in
information
bed, we're in
already.
bed, watching the telly.
Yeah.
We've had dinner, and then we always go to bed and watch the telly. So we're in bed watching the telly, and we've watched one episode of Vikings or How to Get Away with Murder or whatever it is.
Great
at the moment.
series.
And then after one, he says, "Oh, I think I might have a piece of cake." And then I say to him, "Would you like ice cream or cream or custard with that, darling? And would you like a cup of tea with it too?" Because I always have a cup of tea. It's my turn. I always get up and make
Make
a
the
cup of tea. I
So-
always have to have my special
I mean,
tea
to be
at
fair,
night.
if he's put you a shelf up, then
make him a
you've
cup
got
of
to go
tea.
and make him a cup of tea.
So
haven't you?
there is always a cake there, and the look of surprise and absolute wonder on his face, and
Yeah.
amazement if he lifts the lid up of the cake tin and the cake's all gone, or there's no cake. His little heart,
Does it?
yeah, it flutters.
I see. So you have to then get baking straight away.
I know. At the moment he's on shortbread. So he's
Oh, yeah, I love a
he's
bit of
liking
shortbread.
We've run out of shortbread. I must make
Oh,
some
get
more.
some on. Oh, do you make
But
your own? I was going to say,
yeah,
you
yeah,
buy
of
some,
course.
couldn't you?
No.
So talking of like big jobs. So this is a funny story. So one of my friends who's single, on a dating app, obviously, and if she's got something wrong with her house and needs stuff doing,
No, she doesn't. I know what you're going to say.
like she'll put on her profile, you know, or it really in need of a roofer right now, or like that, you know.
How funny.
Or like then she'll change it the next week.
I
Or,
need a plumber.
Need a plumber, electrician. Yeah, so bless her. So I don't know what she's on the lookout at the moment for somebody. I think that does solar panels. So if there's anybody out there,
I'm so glad Rod does everything, because otherwise it
doing a
would be
nice
like,
little plug.
yeah, it'd be like chopping and changing.
It's
all
right
the time.
though,
Yeah.
isn't it, girls? So obviously being single like I have for 4 years, it has made me more able to do things because you've got no choice but
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
on
yeah,
and do
yeah,
things.
yeah.
So that's fine. But it would be nice, I have to say, to to meet somebody who's handy,
Who could do these things.
who's fairly good at DIY.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think it's really good that for us it works, and I'm not an ultra feminist or anything like that. Rod has his, and I said, okay, well, we'll have a good tidy up then.
Yeah.
And he went off and broke the bar up and did all of that.
Yeah.
And got that out. And I think he asked me to do one or two things, help him leave us, whatever. And I just went through all the old jigsaws, and he sat there whilst he was having a cup of tea, which I had obviously brought him.
Yeah, of course.
With a mince pie, which I had made.
Yeah.
And said, and heated up and put a little bit of custard and said, you know, he sat there and said, right, I want that jigsaw, I don't want that one, I do want this one, I don't want. And that was it.
Yeah.
And that's
I mean,
what we
me
do.
and my first husband were like that. You know, I stayed at home, I didn't work, so I looked after the kids, I looked after him. Very, very traditional house. You know, he would do any maintenance work, he'd do the bins, he'd do anything. I would do the cooking. I think he cooked me 2 meals in 20 years.
Rod's done me one. Yeah.
I've had 2, I think.
That was 2 microwave pack of
Here
pasta.
come the girls.